Glaceon-GX had so much potential when it launched at the beginning of 2018. Back in those days, you would use the Energy Evolution Eevee to evolve on turn 1 after you attach a water energy, and all of a sudden you'd shut down your opponent's ability to use Tapu Koko GX, and this was also back when you could play a supporter on turn 1, so it was really, really good at shutting down your opponent's early play if they were stuck. But now that the Energy Evolution Eevee has rotated, and you can't play a supporter on turn 1, and now that Pokemon V exists, because Freezing Gaze only stops the abilities of Pokemon GX and EX, this ability is just more of a mild inconvenience. You know, your opponent can still Fion around it. They can, it's just so easy to get around, especially because you can't get it into play turn 1. And additionally, double colorless energy is out of the format. So Glaceon-GX got hit really hard by rotation last year, and while it did gain the Eevelutions that lower the attack cost, raise its attack power, and raise its hit points, they don't do a ton. Glaceon-GX is not a great attacker. It takes 3 energy to do 90 and snipe 30. That is not going to do very much in today's day and age. That's, against a Top Barrage of VMAX, not even with a frying pan or goggles, against just a Top Barrage of VMAX, you're 4-shotting it. That's bad. Polar Spear GX is pretty good. You do 50 damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon, but after you used your GX, what do you got left after that? You have a metal weakness, so Zacian V is one-shotting you, a lot of metal Pokemon are one-shotting you, and just after you use Polar Spear to take a big knockout, you got nothing left. It's really bad. Just like with Leafeon, this will probably be my one and only time playing this game, or playing this deck on camera. So yeah, don't play like Glaceon. Just sit back, relax, and watch me play a deck that's going to lose a ton of games. That's an interesting username. Okay. While Leafeon and Glaceon-GX are rotating at the end of August, if you're worried that, there won't be any more Evolution GXs, don't worry. Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon GX will all remain in standard for another year. No one's really playing them right now, and I don't expect that to change, but nobody knows what the next, let me do the math here. There's Darkness Ablaze in August, the special set, a likely special set in September. This is a great starting hand, by the way. There's a special set in September, another set in November, and then 3 sets before rotation next year. So there's 6 sets between now and the time Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon won't be legal anymore. So who knows what the future holds? Maybe they'll be good. Cosmic Eclipse going to be here for another year. The Jolteon, the Vaporeon, and the Flareon that help them will still be here. So, I'm sure I'll build decks with them in the future. But right now, the rotating GXs just aren't good enough. Leafeon, Glaceon. I'm looking at the matchup here. It's Dark Box. I don't know. I can Polar Spear somebody, but you're going to see. You're going to see that Glaceon can take a really nice knockout, but after it takes that knockout with Polar Spear, you ain't got nothing left. And wow, they had an amazing start there. I don't know what else you could want from a starting hand. Okay, so this is good. If I get Marnied, that would be so unfortunate. I have to put 2 Eevee-GX into play. And Follow My Tail is just a great attack. Search your deck for any number of Eevee and Eevee-GX and put them onto your bench. So if you go second, you can just have a full bench just like that. And Eevee-GX, obviously the best art. Ascension DNA, you can put any card that evolves from Eevee onto it, and when you do, you heal all the damage from this Pokemon. Unfortunately, it's a 2-prize Pokemon with 160 hit points, and the attack sucks, and the GX attack sucks. So, Joy Maker GX, put 3 cards from your discard pile into your hand. That can be fine. But with 160 hit points, you're not really going to stick around long enough to do anything after that. And if you're wondering, yes, I had red and blue in my very first iteration of the deck, but the Jolteon lessens the attack cost by 1 colorless. You can't stack it, so suddenly I don't have a Glaceon with me, but Frost Bullet goes from costing a water and 2 colorless to costing a water and a colorless. And if you go behind on prizes, you put Counter Gain on there, and all of a sudden it costs a water energy. Red and blue, you have to get rid of 2 cards in your hand. You have to find a way to get red and blue into your hand, and you can attach 2 basic energy cards from your deck. I didn't like it. It just didn't do enough for me. Okay, that's interesting. I don't got it. That's exactly what I needed. Okay, so I can go get Glaceon. I might actually be able to do some things this turn, which is kind of funny. Yeah, I guess I'll just evolve the active. I'll do that. I don't want to have an exposed Eevee-GX, so I'll get rid of that. I just need Counter Gain and Amulet, I think would be the right call here. Haven't played a supporter yet, so Counter Gain, there you go. I'll put that there, I'll put that there, and I just need a water energy. That is it. Oh man. How does the deck not cooperate? What can I even do? I can't even do anything. Like, I can get an Air Balloon, but like, this is concede territory. The interesting thing is that they cannot use Shadow Connection or Disc Reload. So at this point, I think I just ditch that and that. Bring up the... Well, this is unfortunate. If I bring up the Hoopa, they'll just Road Ring and go get things, but the Dedenne only has a 1 retreat cost, so I will most likely be buying myself 1 extra turn. That's the Amulet one, so yes, I'll do that. So I should buy myself a turn, and like I said at the beginning, Freezing Gaze is a mild inconvenience. It is not going to win you a game. As long as this is your active Pokemon, your opponent's Pokemon GX in play, in their hand, and in their discard pile have no abilities. So that's an ability, that's an ability, that's an ability. Unfortunately, the Dedenne was able to be used before I got my Glaceon into play. But you're seeing if the Energy Evolution Eevee still existed, they wouldn't have been able to Dedenne. Or did they go first? Yeah, they went first. Never mind. They would have been able to Dedenne. That's fine. And it's just going to be a Road Ring. I guess if they got the right cards, then it won't be. So that might be something. Okay, well, you know, I set up the deck to perform, and it has not done that. A lot of the times when I'm building these decks for videos, you know, I try to make them as consistent as possible, maybe cutting a few cards that might be good, like Big Charm and Great Potion and stuff, because I want them to perform when I start filming, and I already got a little too deep into this video to just concede. But, I mean, what do they can't really do anything. So just Road Ring, they don't have to reveal what they got. There's a water energy, that's perfect. I'm not going to bench that dude. So who do I want to... I already used my Great Catcher though, that's unfortunate. And this guy, well, that's fine, because... Oh, I don't have the Flareon. Okay, this is just horrible. Well, I definitely want to hit the Mega Lopunny and Jigglypuff. They probably have Super Scoop Up in that deck. But I should be able to knock out a tag team at some point. They'll probably... I don't really know what they could have grabbed with Road Ring. Like, they'll need to, I guess, Boss's Orders. That would be the card you get. But then they're just... Oh... No, because they can't take a knockout, because... yeah, that's why I was like, you should have been able to do something, right? And the reason I'm not benching the other Glaceon is because Jumping Balloon does more damage. I'd really appreciate them not doing more damage. So Flareon would have been great in this situation. I don't really know why they didn't try and use Devilish Hands. Oh, Devilish Hands would have been nice. What can I do here? Because 30 damage won't be enough to knock that guy out with a Polar Spear. So do I just bring this guy up and hit it? I think that's my only play. I don't remember if I play Pal Pad. So I'm just going to... there's probably something else I should have done. But if I don't start putting damage on this tag team, I'm going to be in real trouble. I can try and just snipe that Mighty Lopunny and Jigglypuff all day long. But, they have to have boss's orders or something. Oh, and yeah, the other reason I'm not playing that Glaceon is because Great Catcher. But then they just bring up Glaceon, so never mind. Pay no attention to that. There's a switch. They're going to Road Ring again. There's the bosses. Okay, that's bad. But why would you... Okay. They have done the thing I didn't want them to do. There's a Marnie. So I think at this point, I think I've made a mistake. Because that Island Challenge Amulet doesn't really matter because they have the Greedy Crush. So I definitely don't want to evolve that one. Because if I evolve into this one, then I have less hit points, and then they nullify that with Greedy Crush. So there's a Viridian. Unfortunately, I can't use it. What's my lightning situation? I have one lightning in the discard. I can put the bosses back. Good. Okay, so I do play Pal Pad. So I'll put the bosses, and I have Marnie in my hand, so I'll put the Cynthia back. The Viridian, I don't think it's necessary because Chaotic Swell would just bump it. This is unfortunate because if I put the Eevee-GX down, I think I'll just get Dedenne. I'm not going to use it, but I'll get it. Well, maybe I do use it. Sure. There's a water. So I had two Viridians. Okay, maybe that was a mistake, but who knows? You never know when you're playing these decks. Okay, what is the game plan here? I need an Evolution Incense or something, and I don't got it. So I'm just going to Frost Bullet. If I put the damage there, I do 180, so I would be able to do that. Okay, there's a lot of math going on. I'm filming the Leafeon and the Glaceon videos back to back, and the Leafeon video had two very grindy matchups. Okay, that's why I shouldn't have put the Dedenne there. Whoopsie daisy. Okay. Oh, that's bad. Okay. That's an interesting call. Did they misclick? There's Marnie, okay. They 100% of the time you go for the Dedenne. 100 out of 100 times. So what do I do here? There's the Flareon. You finally showed up. Okay. That's good. So I can actually take a knockout. So I don't want to attach to the active. Do I want to attach to the active? So if I attach to the active, sure. Okay, so I'm going to, who do I want to bosses is the question. If I bosses orders the Mega Sableye Tyranitar, that would be fine. If I do that one, I can GX that. Oh man, this is just hurting my brain. Okay. I think this is the right call. I really don't want to do this. Yeah, I have so many GXs in play that I think I have to. Okay. Just give me a switch. Ugh. Oh, geez. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I got anything to grab. Did I prize the Tapu Koko? I prized the Tapu Koko in my Leafeon video as well. Yeah, there's no Tapu Koko here. I prized that too. Oh, geez. Okay, well, they're just going to retreat that thing. There was a time where I had a chance in this match. That time has long since passed. The Mallow and Lana, that's just horrible. Wow, I was hoping they'd come up with the Silvally. So they've made some definite gameplay errors because, I mean, they will basically just win if they bosses orders the Vaporeon. There you go. Do that. I don't really have any juice left in my deck. Well, there's all the water energies I was looking for earlier. Okay, so I Frost Bullet. I think I put the damage on the Mega Lopunny and Jigglypuff, right? Because if they come up with that, well, I can't really do anything. I mean, who are they going to come up with? Weavile? They're not going to come up with Weavile. Because they don't really have an attacker. They can put me to sleep with this one. I guess I am afraid of the Mega Lopunny and Jigglypuff. Because that can do a lot of damage. Okay, now I have all my switches. This is perfect. You know, they made that misplay with the Great Catcher. They've definitely given me an opportunity to win. And this is the thing I'm most afraid of. Because if they just attach, that's bad. That's funny, because I would have shut that off. That would have been interesting though, because I would shut down their ability first, and then if I had special energy attached, I would go through that because their ability is shut off. So that would have been very interesting. And I mean, I don't think there's a reason to fishing rod anyone back in the deck. And they gave me the win. Oh, no way. I just beat Darkbox with a Glaceon deck. Like, pretty much the one deck you have a slight chance of beating because they have GXs with abilities. I managed to face off in my first game recording. They have a very standard list. I don't know how that happened. It's all going to go downhill from here. I'll go to game 2. It's probably going to be horrible, but I mean, how can you ask for anything more from this first game? Okay, I think this is probably either Inteleon or Lapras. Regardless, this is probably going to be a loss because I can't think of any, unless this is like a mirror match. That'd be hilarious. Okay. Okie dokie. You know, you're prized last game, and then you show up when no one wants you here. Oh, so that's, well, the Keldeo. That's a thing. If this had been an Eevee, okay. Yeah, I mean, I do have another line of play that I don't really want to do, but it's available to me. Don't want to do it, but it's available to me. If I bosses right now, that would just be a bad idea. I just have to hope for Air Balloon or Switch and an Eevee. There it is. Okay, so, and I got a supporter, even better. So I'll just go grab a water energy. Doesn't really matter because I have 2 in there. So that's the old switcheroo. It's an interesting call. I can not do the thing, and there's not really a world where they can knock out the Tapu Koko, But there is a world where they can knock out the Eevee. You know, I think I just follow my tail, do this. I think this is the right call. Because I could Cynthia into absolutely nothing. Like, I could Cynthia into... What is that? Is that a good O or is that a bad O? Have you never seen Follow My Tail? But I don't know. Because they can return energy to my hand. That's bad. But I can Polar Spear. You know, I don't think this is a matchup I can win. I'm just laying it right out there because they're going to control my energy, and that's really bad. But if they're stuck, that's really good. Then they're stuck. So I need something real good here. That's not something real good. I think I just put the counter gain. Sure. And then I need a Glaceon, that's for sure. I need Glaceon and Jolteon. I'm just calling my shots out here. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna blow up the Tapu Koko, I think. I can't bench anything because I might need the Dedenne next turn. So I'll blow it up, put the energy there and there. Unfortunately, I can't... Well, I mean, I could Dedenne this turn. But if things work well, then that would be just a really bad idea. And in retrospect, probably should have put the Air Balloon somewhere, but if they play Tool Scrapper, that'd be horrible. And they still don't got it. So they're probably just going to try and GX me with Resolute Blade. Does 50 damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. If I get like a Great Catcher, would it be worth playing the Great Catcher? I don't think so. Because if I play the Great Catcher, then the Inteleon V would survive, and if the Inteleon V survives, it can become a VMAX, and then that would be horrible. Hey, leave the Eevee alone. What did it ever do to you? Okay, so there's a Marnie. I don't really want to Marnie them because they're stuck. So I think I just Viridian the Quick Ball, get a Water Energy. Do that. Do that. I think this is the right call. It was not the right call. Okay. Sure, Glaceon can go there. You know, maybe these Cherish Balls should just be Evolution Incense, but it's like, you've seen how important Dedenne is right now. If I... Because they can't really do anything. I have the energy. I think Frost Bullet's the right call. Because I can Frost Bullet. I mean, everything could fall apart right here, obviously. But maybe I should have evolved that Eevee. Okie dokie, things are falling apart. Bad things are happening. But what's not happening... Oh, and they play the Blastoise engine. Okay. I can knock out the Keldeo. I can knock out the Keldeo if I get the Flareon. But I'm out of Dedenne, so I can't do that. Oh, geez. Okay. Oh, hey. Thanks for showing up. Okay. I think I Cherish Ball for that. Flareon is prized. Oh, thank you. That's just perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so I'm going to have to... I mean, do I even have to Polar Spear? I don't have to Polar Spear. They GX. I'm going to save the Polar Spear for a VMAX or something. So, quick ball that away. Go get an Eevee. I guess I didn't have to do that because it's an Eevee-GX. Whatever. Yeah, that's another reason why I play the Cherish Ball is because it lets me get the Eevee-GX. Yeah, so I'll do that. Really wish I had that Flareon. Alrighty, so we're Frost Bulleting it up. So I think they have a Cynthia and Caitlyn, right? Because they used Tag Call last turn. Oh, they did not. They just used Mallow and Lana. So this might be another win. Like, are you kidding me? I'm being very honest right now. The 2 matches you're seeing in this video are the 2 matches I filmed. You know, sometimes I'll film 5 matches and you'll see 2 because the 3 were horrible. I had the lowest expectations for Glaceon-GX going into this. And, you know, yes, my opponent has nothing going on. And, oh, geez. Oh, geez. You know, if that Flareon wasn't prized, things would be going pretty good right now, but they're not. You know, I think I'm fine. The Inteleon VMAX requires... Okay, I have a switch, that's fine. The Inteleon VMAX requires 3 energy to do anything crazy. And their attack puts the energy back in my hand. So unless they play Crushing Hammer, I'm totally fine. They would have to... Yeah, I was going to say, they have to like knock out Jolteon and get rid of my energy in the same turn for me to skip anything or for me to miss a turn. They keep picking on that one. Makes me concerned. There's an Evolution Incense. Really wish I hadn't prized that Flareon. Unfortunately, I had to make some cuts to make room for the Dedenne. And, you know, you play 1 Flareon, I think 1 Vaporeon, and 2 Jolteon. Jolteon is by far the most important. Oh, man. Jolteon is by far the most important evolution to have in the deck. Flareon is the least important, but apparently it's the most important here. You know, even if I had a Vitality Band, yeah, that would have helped. Okay, they're just gonna Snipe Shot. So I'm taking a knockout. That's good. I think I have to save the... Oh, I was gonna say I have to save the Pal Pad for my bosses, but I already used bosses at the very beginning because it was a horrible start. If I don't want to evolve into the Vaporeon. I want to get my Flareon here. If I don't get Flareon here, then yes, I will put the Vaporeon... Okay, that's a Jolteon. Come on. Oh, man. Okay. So the Vaporeon's going to pretty much have to go down. So I can Frost Bullet. They're going to have Splash Maker. That's bad. There's a Marnie. Splash Maker is really bad. There's a Great Catcher. Oh, that's also really bad. So because Glaceon-GX isn't great, what's the sad face? You're rebounding. You have some things. Okay, so this is where things get interesting. Because I can bosses the Squirtle and put some damage on the Blastoise and Piplup. Yeah, I think that's ugh. They can Splash Maker. Yeah, I think I bosses the Squirtle, because then that puts me at 3 prizes, and then all I have to do to win is knock out the Blastoise and Piplup. Yeah. Didn't like that, did ya? You're the one who Marnied me. It's all your fault. I would have had to Marnie you, but I wouldn't have had bosses. So technically, this is all your fault. Okay, so hopefully they don't have energy. Do they have energy? If they don't, that's game. They do. Okay. So I can win next turn. Yeah, I guess I just really would like an energy. So I think... Oh, man. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so I do that. Put that there. I think I try and... I just thin as much as I can. I do have a Glaceon left. Yeah, this is going to really come down to the wire here. If they only have 1 energy in their hand when they use Splash Maker, I win. If they have 2, I lose. So it really just comes down to how many water energy do they have in their hand. And they're keeping the suspense up. I like it. You know, all 200,000 of you watching right now, you just must be on the edge of your seats. There's a sad face. I mean, they can Bubble Launcher. That would be horrible for me. But I think I've saved all my switches. Oh, no, I haven't. Uh-oh. Please don't. Oh, you've already used your GX. Yes! Okay, so they lose if they don't have more than 1 energy. I don't know what the weight is. The sad face could have been to me. How many do they got? They got 2, they win. And they just had 1. It was that close. Well, thank you for the great game, Slayer. I couldn't have asked for anything more from these 2. No, I do not. Don't kid anybody. Polar Spear, 250 damage, knocking out a tag team. Thank you again, Slayer, for the match. Let's take a look at their deck. Let's see what they could have played, 'cause they had a horrible start. I'm not gonna say that I completely destroyed them. They had a terrible start. Okay, so they didn't even play the Inteleon VMAX. That's interesting. So it's mostly just the Blastoise, Keldeo, Blastoise, and Piplup. Okay, so I see what they were trying to do. And they played Lily's Full Force. Interesting. Yeah, so they just had a horrible start. If they'd done half of what they tried to accomplish with their deck, they would have easily won. I mean, if they had just had 1 extra energy in their hand, that would have been game. So, I mean, I'm not taking this as, oh my, I'm the best Glaceon-GX deck builder in history. You know, I'm deleting Glaceon-GX right after this match because these are literally the 2 best matches I've ever played with the deck, and I want to retire it on a good note. So thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with another video.